here I am for my pickup. This is going to be the second load on the East Coast Shuffle. I am at 555 Nestle Way. I'm picking up bottled water going to Connecticut. So let me get parked and I'll talk more about the load. Well, looking at this night transportation truck, I can't help but to think, I wonder how my International that looks just like that is doing at the shop in Maryland. I haven't got any updates in a couple of days. Well, this load just got weird. I don't know if you can see that with the glare. Reefer is set to 68 degrees. So yeah, this load just got a little bit interesting. I'm already in a dock getting loaded way early. My appointment wasn't until 7 o'clock. It's 5:45 p.m. Two things that are very strange about this. One, when I checked in, they told me I had to set my reefer to 68 degrees. I wasn't told by the broker that I needed to have my reefer running. Matter of fact, this load was a dry van or reefer load. So I actually called the broker. Surprisingly, they answered and said, hey, they want me to run this at 68 degrees. So he did some checking, got back to me and said, oh yeah, thank God it was a reefer that showed up there. The customer wants a reefer set at 68 degrees. So I told him, well, I need like an extra $7,500 to do that. He gave it to me, which is good. But I stopped for a 7.5 hour break this morning after my load in New Jersey. My load bars aren't in my trailer. They were when I left New Jersey because I put them in there. So somebody opened my trailer doors when I was sleeping this afternoon and stole my load bars. I didn't find out until just now when I backed up and opened my doors. I think I'm going to start padlocking my trailer all the time. Hopefully they just give me a seal here and let me go. You know, maybe it's like a Niagara or something, but if they check to see if I have load bars, I don't have any. I'm going to have to stop at a truck stop and buy some after I get this off, unloaded tomorrow. So, yeah, I'll check back with y'all when I'm loaded. Well, I'm already loaded, and you just saw this isn't a water load. So something's wrong with this broker. Why can't I get my hook off? There we go. No wonder my reefer needs to be on. It's Boost drinks and stuff like that, like Slim Fast drinks. But I was told it was a water load. This broker, I don't get it. And I've used this broker a lot. Like, this broker is usually on point with everything. So I'm going to email them and tell them, hey, this isn't a water load. Well, the yard jockey did a solid for me. They come to your truck and make sure your load bars are up and seal your trailer for you before you leave. He had me open my doors and he's like, oh, could you put a load bar on for me? And I said, well, I don't think I need to. Like, look at the pallets. They're pinwheeled. Like, they're not going anywhere. And I said, to be honest with you, I don't have any. They got stolen. And he just looked at me and goes, man, I worked too hard for this. Shut your door. I shut my door and he sealed it up, signed my exit pass that I am sealed and have load bars on. So I got away with one. Definitely going to have to stop and get those though. Bumpy. Railroad tracks. So yeah, I'll catch back with y'all later. I'm at my delivery, Walgreens in Dayville, Connecticut. I've delivered here before. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes you're here for hours. That's part of the downside with this not being a water load. Every time I have brought in water here, I have been unloaded very, very quickly. This PO has multiple different types of product on the trailer. Yeah, I could be here for a while. Hope not too long. I have a customer pickup later this afternoon, about 50 miles away from where I currently am. Looking for door 37, which is right next to this night transportation truck. He got me. He got me. Talking about the broker, somebody that I've hauled quite a bit of freight for probably just severed our business relationship. So I'm checked in here at Walgreens. The way this Walgreens works is you break your seal, open your doors, slide your tandem back up to the door. A warehouse worker comes out, grabs your BOLs and your seal. Well, him and I just started talking, and he's like, hey, just so you know, he's like, this is a Nestle load. There's lots of different products on the trailer. It's going to take a long time to unload you. And I was like, well, how long's a long time? 3-4 hours? He's like, well, I think you're scheduled for 16 hours. What? Like, you're talking multiple shifts to unload my truck? 18 pallets? That doesn't seem right. Well, he goes in and gets his boss, and his boss comes out and confirms, yeah, not 16 hours. You're scheduled for a 10-hour unload. Well, that ain't going to work. Sorry, there's a truck going by. Might get loud. Got my windows down. Really nice day here this morning. I have a customer load to pick up this afternoon, 45 miles north of where I am, up in Massachusetts. If I'm here for 10 hours, I'm going to miss my customer pickup. My customer pickup is way more valuable to me than this load. And here's the thing, the broker knew all about this. And when I booked the load, so I emailed the broker before I came out to the East Coast. He told me this was a water load. I have delivered water here before and it's been very quick. So I said, yeah, I'll take the load. Well, I picked the load up. It's not a water load. We saw that yesterday. I emailed the broker. I have to run my reefer. None of that was discussed in the email. And those were questions I asked. Hey, do I have to run my reefer? What's the commodity? How much does it weigh? All questions I asked. And like I said, I've worked with this guy before. He straight up lied to me. Straight up freaking lied to me. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on how long I'm here. I don't want to rant forever. I'm a little pissed off right now. The one benefit is they are unloading me. There's like 4 other trucks here, 3 other trucks. He told me he will pull as many resources as he can to my trailer and try and get me out of here at a reasonable time. So I'll let you know what the broker says, but I doubt I'll work with this broker again. I'll make sure I grab my new $90 load bars. Nice empty trailer. Well, it's 9:30 a.m. and I am unloaded here at Walgreens. Took 3 hours and 40 minutes, a lot faster than the 10 hours they told me it was gonna be. But I had some crap happen and I lost my customer load. Let me shut my doors and get out of here and I'll explain more. Well, I gotta shut my doors. I got a hold of my customer this morning when I was first told it was gonna take 10 hours to unload me. Because that's my responsibility to keep the customer informed. Well, the customer has a local carrier that they deal with up in this area, and they basically gave my load to that carrier. just in case I couldn't make it. Man, this thing's a pain. Hold on a second. All right, I got the latch unhooked. So yeah, I lost my customer load. That was supposed to pick up at, I believe it was either noon or 1 o'clock today, and I didn't know if I was gonna make it. So they gave my load to another carrier. They have a load for me tomorrow going back to the Midwest. So now I need to figure out what I'm gonna do, because if I just deadhead to the customer, that's like 300 miles. I'm not interested in doing that. This load was, you know what? It was a pain in the ass. I wish I wouldn't have booked it, to be honest with you. It was a good paying load, but just so much went wrong with it. I ended up getting into an argument with the broker on the phone, and I am done doing business with this broker. We'll see if they give me detention. I was here 3 hours and 40 minutes. I doubt he's gonna give me detention after the conversation we had this morning, but yeah, I am severing my business relationship with this broker. I was very I was assertive on the phone with him. I didn't swear, I didn't threaten anything. I was assertive, and he didn't like that. I'll explain more. Let me get out of here. I'll explain more. Well, I found a safe spot to park. Let's talk a little bit about this load. It was 271 loaded miles. I had a 33 mile deadhead, so all miles in was 304 miles. I got paid $3.61 per mile before receiving extra money for having to run my reefer when I was told it was a water load, it was a dry load, and any detention that I'm gonna get, which I don't know if I'm gonna get detention. The broker and I just clashed. He tried saying, well, I booked a reefer. And I said, yeah, your Raycon says trailer type, reefer, 53 foot. But look at what the commodity says. It says water. And then nowhere on the Raycon does it say any temperatures. And he goes, well, no, that's what the shipper is going to tell you. And I said, well, wait a minute. My agreement isn't with the shipper. My agreement's with you. You should have put, hey, that you want me to run a reefer, that you want me to run my reefer and the temp. That was the question I asked you. I thank God I kept all my emails, because I screenshotted the emails and said, look, we talked a few days ago and you never said anything about needing temperature. And one of my questions is, what's the commodity and what's the temp? Your response to me was a water load. Well, I'm sorry, I haul reefer freight, and the only time I run my reefer to haul water is to freeze protect. Well, we're certainly not freeze protecting water right now. I know sometimes they'll ship like chilled water. I've never hauled it. But anyways, long story short, him and I we butted heads. And I was at the point where I didn't want to argue with him anymore. I said, hey man, it was really nice doing business with you. I hope to do it again in the future. I said, have a great Friday, and I hung the phone up. Reality is, I'll never work with him again. Because his Raycon was wrong and tried blaming me for that. And then second of all, Walgreens worked extra. They brought 5 or 6 people to my trailer to unload me. Still took 3 hours and 40 minutes to unload me. But the broker knows that this load is scheduled for a 10-hour unload. Had he told me that, I never would have booked this load, because I lost my customer freight. My customer freight is why I come out here to the East Coast. So, I had a couple of tolls. I went over the Como Bridge. I think that's like $45 on this load. All in all, it's a good paying load, but my East Coast shuffle really effed me up today, because now I don't have a customer freight to haul. And if I want to go to the other customer, it's like a 300-mile deadhead. So, because I'm not missing out on my backhaul back to the Midwest, my LTL freight. That is a big money load, and I'm not missing it. So, my East Coast shuffle backfired. So, anyways, hope you enjoyed this vlog, and until next time, you know what it is. Keep on trucking.